And hello everyone, and welcome back here to Donovan Stadium for the continuation of Game 1 of this 2000 Endicott Junior American Legion Baseball Tournament, as that was a foul ball right there for the first batter, number 11, Michael Ferranti, who now has a 1-2 count. That's going to be strike 3, and that's out number 1 here in the bottom of the first inning. And give a little bit of a recap. Clinton County in the top of the first yesterday was able to get a run scored in off a Zach O'Connell pop fly to left field, in which Parker Broughton was able to tag up and score the only run of this game so far. Then there was a rain delay. That one is high and outside for ball 1, and which right now the score is 1-0 Clinton County. We're in the bottom of the first inning. That's a swing for strike 1. It's now 1-1 to number 4, Nicholas Lang, the second baseman for Endicott. That's going to be a pop to left field, and that's going to be over number 11, Braden Calkins' head for a base hit and a single for Endicott, and they now have a runner on first. Pitching for this game for Clinton County is number 25, Anthony Marion. Wants to give a shout out to his grandparents for today's game. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be outside for ball 1, and the catcher, number 12, Jake Calkins, could not get that ball out of his glove, and there's a stolen base for Nicholas Lang. Here's the 1-0 pitch now to Cooper Hughes. And that's going to be low for ball number 2. As Lang is on second base here, it's 1-0 Clinton County in the lead by a run. That might change in this inning. Here's the 2-0, Marion deals. And that's going to be on the line. And that's going to be a fair ball, as it was picked up by Braden Calkins, who didn't let it go foul. And actually, they're going to call that a foul ball, excuse me. But it looked like it was on the line as soon as Calkins picked that ball up. But it's going to be a strike. It's now 2-1 to Cooper Hughes. Bottom of the first inning, 1-0 Clinton County. Marion's going to throw it back to second, and Nicholas Lang gets back safely in time, as we still have a 2-1 count to Cooper Hughes. Marion deals. That's going to be a foul ball. It's now 2-2. Cooper Hughes has an excellent opportunity here to try and get a runner home to tie it up at 1. As it looks like it might be a competitive matchup. Here's the 2-2. And that's going to go foul, and it will stay at 2-2 for Hughes. So far it's been a great at-bat, trying to stay alive as much as possible. And as of right now, has a runner at second base with 1 out. Lang takes a big lead as the infielders are closer to the second base line, and Lang steals it. And it's going to go over the head of number 11, Calkins, and it drives a runner home, and Lang, and it's now all tied up at 1, as Cooper Hughes gets a double and an RBI at that to boot to make it 1-1 here in the bottom of the first. And that also brings up the catcher, number 14, Dylan Kelly.
Number 14, Dylan Kelly.
As Dylan Kelly now has another great opportunity to give Endicott the lead, with Cooper Hughes on second base after hitting a double. That's going to be a strike. That's going to be a 1-1 count, or a 0-1 count, excuse me, to Dylan Kelly. Marion deals. That's going to be a strike, and it's now 0-2. Here's the 0-2 to Kelly. And that's going to be a foul ball to stay alive. So far, Cooper Hughes has taken a great lead in order to try and steal a base. He's trying to follow in the footsteps of Nicholas Lang, who also stole. But it was a double nonetheless in the process. Marion deals. That ball is going to go high and deep to right field. And that's going to be foul and out of play. So it's still an 0-2 count to Dylan Kelly, with a runner on second base and one out, all tied up at 1 here in the bottom of the first. Marion throws back to second, and Cooper Hughes gets back safely. There's no contest with that call. Cooper Hughes is still taking a big lead, and the second baseman is going to move back to his position. Here we go. Hughes steals, and it's going to be a base hit down the middle. Hughes slides down, but he's going to still get home safely. And Endicott takes the lead 2-1 here in the bottom of the first. That's a great single right there for Dylan Kelly. As with that hit down to the second base line right there, able to give Endicott the lead. Still one out here in the bottom of the first, as Jonah Conklin is now up for the Tigers. They're going to throw it to third base. And they threw it to third base, and they're going to call that an out. Because they say he didn't reach third base. So the run does not count, actually, and it's all tied up at 1 still. They say that Cooper Hughes missed the third base bag, and now it is still all tied up at 1. That's got to be unfortunate for the Tigers right there. They thought they had the lead. It is still all tied up at 1. And now there's an 0-1 count to Jonah Conklin, who was a pitcher yesterday, but they transitioned him to right field today. And that's going to be strike 2 for Conklin. I'll get into more of the position changes when the Tigers get up on defense in the top of the second inning. But one thing to point out is Conklin will be playing right field and not pitcher today. That one was outside for ball 1. It's now 1-2 to Conklin, with Dylan Kelly on first base. Marion deals. It's going to be a grounder to third. And it looks like it will be out number 3 here in the bottom of the first inning. We are all tied up at 1 here in the American Legion State Tournament. All right, we are back here at Donovan Stadium, in which the score right now is the Clinton County Mariners 1 and the Endicott Post 82 Tigers are at 1. And so far it has been a very competitive back and forth matchup. I said before that there were some lineup changes, not specifically lineup changes, but position changes for Endicott Post, as Conklin is now moved to right field instead of a pitcher, and Gavin Bowman, number 9, is now the pitcher for the Tigers, and Jacob Bender is now at first base for Endicott Tigers. So there are some of the position changes, as now the batter for Clinton County will be number 4, the left fielder, number 4, Quinn Brandel, to try and get things started yet again. Again, in the bottom of the first inning, we thought that Endicott took the lead 2-1, but was called back after Cooper Hughes missed third base, and they called him out. That is strike 1 for Quinn Brandel. And that's going to be low for ball 1. It's now 1-1 to Quinn Brandel. Here in the top of the second inning, it's going to be strike 2, and it's now 1-2 to Brandel. As so far, Gavin Bowman has been showing hot stuff here in the top of the second inning. And that's going to be a base hit over the second baseman, and it's going to be a single for Brandel as it went over Nicholas Lang's head. As now there's a runner on first base for Clinton County.
Now batting, the catcher, number 12.
And now the catcher, Jake Calkins, is in the game, the catcher, number 12. There's a throw to first base, and Bowman could not get Brandel in time, as Brandel is still on first base. So Jake Calkins with a high ball right there, and it will lead Brandel to steal second base as the pitch went over number 14 Dylan Kelly's head, which led to that easy run for Brandel. Now with a runner on second base, Jake Calkins has an opportunity to try and get an RBI in. And that one's going to be high and outside for ball 2. An RBI situation for Jake Calkins here with a 2-0 count. And it looks like they're going to give Bowman a balk. And that leads Quinn Brandel to third base with an even easier opportunity for Jake Calkins to get an RBI. With no outs here in the top of the second inning, here's the pitch. And that's going to be high yet again for ball 3. Now with the 3-0 count and a runner at third base, Bowman was about to throw to third, but saw that his third baseman was not there, Cooper Hughes, and they're going to give that another balk. As Quinn Brandel now comes home with a balk, as the manager, Mason Ryan, is going to come out to talk to Bowman as a pitcher. He's trying to cool his head a little bit after giving up 2 balks and now a run to make it 2-1 Clinton County here in the top of the second inning. I'd be a little frustrated as well if I were Bowman in that situation, having to deal with that, but now he has a 3-0 count with no runners on base. It'd be a great opportunity for him right now to try and get back on track, only giving up a run. So here's the 3-0 count to Jake Calkins. Bowman deals. And that's going to be ball 4. as Calkins takes his base. And another Calkins comes up, and the third baseman, number 11, Braden Calkins.
The third baseman, number 11, Braden Calkins.
And Calkins, in the bottom of the first inning, had a ball go over his head, which led to an Endicott run. And that one's going to go outside for ball one, or strike one, excuse me. As with a runner on first, Bowman deals, and that one is outside for a 1-1 count. Gavin Bowman trying to keep his composure. Here we go. That's a swing and a miss for strike two. And now with a 1-2 count on Calkins, with no outs here, Bowman deals. That's going to be an out, and it's a double play. Nicholas Lang with the catch right there, a line drive catch to second, and a throw to first for the double play, as it caught Jake Calkins off guard. Couldn't reach first in time, and just like that, there's two outs here in the top of the second inning. Now here comes the pitcher. Anthony Marion is now up for Clinton County. And that's going to be says on the scoreboard that's going to be a ball, so it's now 1-0. That's going to now be 2-0 for Marion. Is now with two outs here in the top of the second inning. Clinton County only leads by a run. And that's going to be ball three. So Gavin Bowman now in another 3-0 count. And that's going to be ball four. So another walk given up by Gavin Bowman will now bring up number 7, the right fielder, Austin Lambert, as he now has a runner on first base with two outs here in the top of the second inning. Bowman throws it back but couldn't get Marion in time, so it's going to be a safe call for Marion. That's going to be a pop up to center field and a base hit for Austin Lambert, and he gets a single out of it. And it leads to runners on second and first base with two outs here in the top of the second inning, with Clinton County leading 2-1. We start back up with the top of the order for Clinton County. Parker Broughton, the center fielder, number 19. That's going to be a foul ball for strike one. Recall what he did, Broughton did yesterday was he drove in, or he got the leading run in the top of the first inning to give Clinton County a 1-run lead before the rain delay. And now Broughton is at a 1-1 count against Gavin Bowman. Bowman deals. That's going to be a strike two. So now a 1-2 count for Parker Broughton, as Gavin Bowman is trying to get out of the inning with runners on second and first. That's going to be outside for ball two. So here's a 2-2 to Parker Broughton with runners on second and first. Gavin deals. And it's going to be a grounder to short. And it's thrown to first, and that's going to be a safe call, as Cameron Nunn did not throw it in time for Endicott. It now leads to the bases being loaded with two outs here, as shortstop number 8, Boston Duquette, is now up for Clinton County. So this could go either one or two ways here for Endicott. They could try and get out of the inning with one more out or give up a lot more runs with the bases loaded. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be strike one. If you're Endicott here, you definitely want to see Gavin Bowman get his composure with bases loaded in this situation. And that's going to be ball one, with the count being 1-1. 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. Bowman deals, and that's going to be a grounder foul, which leads now to a 1-2 count to Boston Duquette. Score is 2-1. Clinton County in the lead here in the top of the second inning. Here's a 1-2 pitch. That's going to be outside for ball two. So with a 2-2 count, 2 outs here in the top of the second inning with bases loaded, Gavin deals, and that's going to be outside. And that's, they said it hits him. It hit Boston Duquette, and that drives in a run, making it 3-1 Clinton County. And Gavin Bowman now still having a bases loaded situation with Zach O'Connell up. Zach O'Connell driven in the first RBI for Clinton County in the top of the first inning with a pop out, the pop fly to left field. And that's going to be outside for ball one. Zach O'Connell has another situation to try and get an RBI in this game. Here's a grounder to third. And it looks like right there, the third baseman, Cooper Hughes, gets to third base. And that will end the top of the second inning with Clinton County leading 3-1 over Endicott here in the American Legion State Tournament. We welcome you back here to Donovan Stadium, in which Clinton County is leading 3-1 over Endicott Post. As we're now going into the bottom of the second inning, in which Gavin Bowman was able to get out of a jam, only giving up 2 runs, is now up at bat. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a grounder to third, as Calkins throws it off to Clucky for the first out of the bottom of the second inning. And now with out number 1, that brings up number 20, Jacob Bender, who's now at first base for today's game. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be a strike. It's now 0-1 to Jacob Bender. Marion deals yet again, and that's going to be a high pop-up down the foul line, and it will actually be out of play. And it's now going to lead to an 0-2 count for Jacob Bender. With one out here in the bottom of the second inning, Marion will deal, and that's going to be strike three. As Anthony Marion gets a strikeout there with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. It might fly by easy for him depending on what he does with this batter. It was the shortstop, number 2, Cameron Nunn. That's going to be strike one. Clinton County is leading 3-1 here in the bottom of the second inning. That's going to be low for ball one. It's now 1-1 to Nunn. And that's going to be a strike. It's now 1-2. Cameron Nunn just wants to get on base here. Let's see what he does. That's going to be outside for ball two. It's now 2-2 to number 2. Marion deals, and that's going to be strike three. And Marion gets out of the inning 1-2-3, with the score being 3-1 Clinton County over Endicott here in the American Legion tournament. And we are back here at Donovan Stadium, in which your score right now is Clinton County 3, Endicott 1 here in the top of the third inning. James and Blake are here. And going over a little bit about the 2021 Department of New York Junior American Legion Baseball Championship. This is game 1 of the championship, and whoever wins this game will face the winner of game 2 here tonight. That game will start at 4:30. So whoever wins this game will face either Utica Post or Rockland County in game 2. We're playing 4 games here today due to the rain canceling the first 2 games of yesterday. But now we see Clinton County is up here in the top of the third inning with number 44, Chase Cluckey. As Cluckey gets a foul ball, it's now 0-1. He's the first baseman on the team. There we go. It's going to be ball 1. It's now going to be a 1-1 count to Cluckey. As Gavin Bowman is still up on the mound. He had a rough one in the top of the second inning, giving up 2 runs, but with the bases loaded, he was able to get out with less damage, as that's a base hit for Cluckey as he gets a single, and he'll stay on first base with now a runner on first with no outs here in the top of the third inning. We now see Quinn Brandel up at bat yet again. Gavin Bowman a little bit worried about Cluckey at first, wants to make sure he doesn't steal a base as he takes a short lead. Here's the pitch. That's going to be strike one. Despite the pressure for Bowman in the last inning, he's got to make sure that he could catch the base runners off guard, as he tried to catch Kluge off guard with that one. And Kluge was safe for Clinton County, as he's going to steal in this situation. Here's the throw, and that's going to be safe, as number 14, Dylan Kelly, could not get there in time, as Kluge is now on second base with the steal. And now puts Quinn Brandel in another great RBI situation here with a 1-1 count. And that's going to go out of play for strike two, and it'll now be 1-2. With no outs here in this situation for Clinton County. Have all the opportunities in the world to try and get another runner home. And that's going to be outside for ball two. It's now 2-2. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be strike three, as Gavin Bowman now gets the first out here on the top of the third inning, and now brings up Jake Calkins. Try and get on base yet again. Last time up he walked. That's going to go outside for ball one. Bowen now working with a 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be high and out of play, as it goes into the stands for strike number one. It's now going to be a 1-1 count to Calkins. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be a line drive to center, and it's going to be out number two. Excellent catch there by the center fielder, number 11, Michael Ferranti. He's the leadoff hitter for the Tigers. He's able to get a great catch there to now put Clinton County in a two-out situation with a runner on second base. And that's a ball for a 1-0 count to Braden Calkins. There's another hit to center field, and Michael Ferranti gets his second out of this inning. And we're going to go into the bottom of the third, in which your score is 3-1 Clinton County over Endicott. And we welcome you back here to Donovan Stadium, in which we're in the bottom of the third inning with Clinton County leading 3-1 here. James and Blake are here bringing you this broadcast brought to you by UCTV. And it looks like that will be a base hit for number 19, Talon McVannon, as he gets a single for Endicott. Now putting them in great position, as now the tying runner is up at the plate. And he's also the leadoff hitter who got the 2 outs, the last 2 outs in the top of the third inning for Endicott, number 11, Michael Ferranti. And Anthony Marion's going to throw it off to first. Try and catch McVannon off guard on that play. Going to throw it off, and that's going to be outside for ball 1. Here's a throw to second, and McVannon gets the steal for Endicott. And now gives Michael Ferranti a great ribby opportunity for the Tigers. That was actually a strike for Ferranti, not a ball. Here's the 0-1 count. Marion deals. And that's going to be low and outside for ball 1. It's now a 1-1 count to Ferranti. Marion deals. That's going to be low yet again for ball 2. Runner on second base. McVannon occasionally taking a big lead. He's taking another big lead there as the infield is coming in. The second base. Marion's going to throw it, pitch it anyway, and that's going to be ball 3 as McVannon steals for third. And now the Tigers have a runner on third base, and they could try and get an RBI opportunity here with Ferranti up at the plate. Here's the 3-1 count. Ferranti's going to throw a line drive to right, and that's going to be out number 1. But there's going to be a tag by McVannon, and he gets home safely. And it's now 3-2 Clinton County. So they get the run that they needed right there with 1 out now here in the bottom of the third inning. That ball was caught by right fielder Austin Lambert. Unfortunately, he couldn't throw it home in time to get the tag. That's going to be strike number 1 for Nicholas Lang. There's now no runners on base. That's going to be a high pop-up down the foul territory and gets out number 2 as that is caught by number 11, Braden Calkins. And now with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning, with Endicott being down by 1 run, they now have number 21, Cooper Hughes, up at the plate. And that's going to go out of play for strike 1. If you recall, Cooper Hughes, this game could have possibly been tied if Hughes was had his foot on the bag at third base, as that one's outside for ball 1. You recall that in the bottom of the first inning, where he missed the third baseline and they threw it at third and they got him out. And that's going to be a grounder in foul territory for strike number 2. Just saying, in that situation, it could have been a tie ball game here if he did have his foot on the bag. But hopefully Endicott could try and make up for that situation with this 1-2 pitch. And that's going to be outside for ball 2. Two outs here. Here's a 2-2 count to Hughes. That's going to be outside. It's now a full count. It's 3-2. Clinton County with 2 outs here. Here's the full count pitch. That's going to be a foul ball as Cooper Hughes is staying alive. Everything to try and stay alive in this situation, despite there being no runners on any of the bases here with 2 outs. He hits it to right field as Lambert gets the catch for out number 3. And that is the end of the 3rd inning. We're going to go to the top of the 4th here at Donovan Stadium, with the score being Clinton County 3, Endicott Post 2. And we welcome you back here for Game 1 of the 2021 Department of New York Junior American Legion Baseball Championship Tournament. Jameson Blaker here, bringing this broadcast brought to you by UCTV, who's here to help out with these Legion tournament events. As we now see Gavin Bowman still on the pitcher's mound. He's had his high and low moments so far throughout his 2 innings of work. He's trying to make it a lot better here in the top of the 4th inning for Endicott, only being down a run. So Anthony Marion is now up at the plate for Clinton County. As last time he was up, he walked. On first base. Here's a pitch by Bowman. That's going to be a swing and a miss right there, tipped a little bit, and it's going to be strike 1 for Marion. On deck is Austin Lambert. Is able to get 2 outs with a catch, as that one's going to go out of play for strike number 2. Lambert got the last 2 outs with pop-ups to right field. Now here's the 0-2 count to Marion. And that's going to be low for ball 1. It's now 1-2 to Anthony Marion, with no outs here in the top of the 4th inning. Bowman deals. That's going to be a liner to center field, and Ferranti couldn't make the catch as it was over his head. As Marion now goes to second base, it's going to be a double for Anthony Marion, as now it gives Austin Lambert a great RBI opportunity with a runner on second base. There's so far no outs here, with the score being 3-2 Clinton County. As Lambert bunts it, Bowman's going to throw it to first, and that's out number 1 here in the top of the 4th inning, with Anthony Marion now at third base. That's a pretty smart play for Austin Lambert there, in order to try and move over a base runner, because Now there's only one out here, and Clinton County has another RBI situation here with Parker Broughton up at the plate. And that's going to be strike one for Broughton, as Bowman is trying to make sure that Marion does not reach home plate. Here's the 0-1 count. And that's going to be a foul ball for strike number 2. Parker Broughton now in an 0-2 situation, as Clinton County is trying to get a 2-run lead here. Bowman deals. Broughton hits a high one, and that's going to be over everyone's head on the netting, as it's still going to be an 0-2 count for Broughton. If you are Gavin Bowman in this situation, you definitely would want to get a strikeout here. Don't want to try and get a pop-up fly. And that's going to be another foul into the bleachers, as it'll still be 0-2. Because if he gets a pop-up in this situation, Bowman, it looks like that Marion could possibly get a tag. And that one is ball 2, or ball 1, excuse me. As that one looked right down the middle, that could have been strike 3, but the umpire did not call it. And it's now a 1-2 count. And there's another foul for Broughton, staying alive as much as possible. Yeah, I could have sworn right there that Gavin Bowman got a strikeout. But the umpire unfortunately did not call it in that situation. It's now 1-2. And it's going to be a pop-up to left field. Tagging is Marion. He's going to come home, and he's going to get the 4th run for Clinton County, as they now lead 4-2 over Endicott. They're going to throw it to third to try and make sure, and he did tag in that situation. And now with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning, Endicott is down by 2 runs here. As number 8, Boston Duquette, is now up at the plate. That one is high and outside for ball 1. Bowman deals. That's going to be outside for ball 2. So now here's the 2-0 count to Boston Duquette, as Bowman deals. And that's going to hit Duquette in the back. And he's going to walk and take his base, as now there's a runner on first base, as number 5, Zach O'Connell, is back up at the plate.
Second baseman, number 5, Zach O'Connell.
Now Bowman, obviously in this situation, being down 2 runs, has been in this situation before. Also try and make sure that Duquette does not steal second. Now here's the pitch, and that one's going to be outside, almost hitting O'Connell for ball 1. Bowman's been having a little bit of trouble with the directional pull of the ball. Now he's got to worry with the lead, and it's going to be a steal for Boston Duquette as he gets in safely, as now with a runner on second base with 2 outs here, Zach O'Connell, like I've said many times before, for Clinton County, having another RBI situation. Here's a 1-1. And that's going to be strike. It's now 1-2 to Zach O'Connell. With Gavin Bowman now in a situation where he wants to try and get out of the top of the fourth inning. As Gavin gets off to the base, tries to compose himself. It's back on the mound with a 1-2 count, and that's going to be outside for ball 2. So Zach O'Connell has a 2-2 count with a runner on second base. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be outside, and it's now a full count to Zach O'Connell. So here's the 3-2. And that's a liner to center field for a base hit. It's going to drive in Boston Duquette, and the ball trips off of Dylan Kelly, and the run will score for Clinton County, as that's an RBI double for Zach O'Connell. It almost looked like Dylan Kelly had a shot to try and catch that one and try and tag him out at home. But unfortunately, it bounced off him, and it led to the second run of the top of the fourth inning for Clinton County. As the manager is now coming out to check on Gavin Bowman. The score right now is 5-2. Clinton County is in the lead by 3 runs with 2 outs here in the top of the fourth inning. And by the looks of it, manager Mason Ryan is going to keep Gavin Bowman in the ballgame. And that now brings up Chase Kluke, who's now up for the Mariners. Let's see what he does here. And that one's going to be outside yet again. That's close to the batter, as Bowman's been struggling so far with trying to keep it center. Here's a 1-0 count now to Kluke. And that's a swing and a miss for strike 1. Now with a 1-1 count, a runner on second base with 2 outs here in the top of the fourth inning. There's a steal, and it's going to be another base hit, as Kluke gets an RBI single, driving home Zach O'Connell, and now gives Clinton County a 6-2 lead.
Number 4, Quinn Brandel.
And with that 6-2 lead, it brings up Quinn Brandel yet again. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be strike 1. Runner on first base. Here's the pitch from Bowman. That's going to be a grounder to first, and it will be picked up by Jacob Bender, who gets Endicott out of the inning, giving up 3 runs in the process. We're going to go into the bottom of the fourth inning. It is 6-2, Clinton County over Endicott. And we are back here at Donovan Stadium for Game 1 of this American Legion State Tournament. James and Blake are here bringing you this coverage of Game 1 as Dylan Kelly is now up for Endicott post 82. With now the Tigers being down by 4 runs. Let's see what they could do here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And that's going to be a ball for 1-0. That's going to be another ball. It's now going to be 2-0 for Marion. It's Dylan Kelly. It's now going to have a 3-0 opportunity here. Obviously does not want to take the green light in this situation. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be strike 1. Marion deals. And that's going to be strike 2. It's now a full count. As Dylan Kelly now put in a situation where whether he has to see the pitch, whether it's going to be a ball or strike. Let's see. And that's going to be a foul and out of play. As Kelly obviously wants to stay alive in this situation. With Jonah Conklin up on deck. Here we go. There's a grounder. Going to be thrown off to first, and that is out number 1. Excellent play there by Boston Duquette to get the first out of the bottom of the 4th inning. As Jonah Conklin is now up for the Tigers of Endicott. We have 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Marion deals, and that one's going to be high and outside for ball 1. That's going to be a grounder as Marion is going to pick it up. Throws it off to Kluke right there for out number 2. And so far with no runners on base, 2 outs. Pretty safe to say so far that Anthony Marion has been doing a good job here in the past 4 innings of work. Only giving up 2 runs and 4 hits. He's facing his counterpart, number 9, Gavin Bowman. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low and outside for ball 1. Marion deals yet again. And Bowman hits it out and over behind us for strike number 1. It's now 1-1 to Gavin Bowman. Marion deals. And that's going to be a grounder to second as O'Connell throws, and it's going to be out number 3. And that is the end of the 4th inning, in which your score is 6-2 Clinton County, as they're now coming up the bat in the top of the 5th. And we are back here for the 2021 Department of New York Junior American Legion Baseball Championship Tournament here in Game 1 of that tournament. I'm James and Blaker, here bringing you this broadcast brought to you by UCTV. Got to thank them also for this broadcast as well, as now we're in the top of the 5th inning, in which the score is 6-2 Clinton County over the Endicott Tigers, as number 12 Jake Calkins is now up for the Mariners. Bowman is still in at pitcher for Endicott. Despite only giving up 7 hits, as he throws a strike right there for an 0-1 count to Jake Calkins. Bowman deals, and that's going to be a grounder into center for a base hit, as Calkins now reaches with a single. And that brings up the other Calkins right now, Braden.
Number 11, Braden Calkins.
As with that, runner on first base. Calkins trying to get on base just as well. Instead, he gives off a bunt for a foul, and it's now going to be 0-1. Bowman obviously has been struggling throughout the day, but his, like I said before, showing some bright spots. He needs to get some of those bright spots to happen here in the top of the 5th inning. Almost thought that Calkins was going to steal. Walked off the base, but now is back on it. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And that's going to be outside for ball 1. Now with a 1-1 count, with no outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Bowman is put in another tight situation. Here's the 1-1 to Calkins, and that's going to be low for ball 2. Jake Calkins isn't necessarily taking a big lead here, but Bowman is going to throw to first anyway, as Calkins is safe. So far, Jake Calkins is doing a really good distraction method with the lead. And that's going to be outside for ball 3, as it's now 3-1 to Braden Calkins. Runner on first. Bowman deals, and Calkins gets a base hit, and then gets a single out of it. So both Calkins get singles, and there's now runners on second and first base, as Braden Calkins was able to hit it on the shortstop side, as the shortstop for Endicott, Cameron Nunn, was moving in at second base. Couldn't really get a good stop on that ball, which is one of the reasons why there was a single that came out of that for Clinton County. And Mason Ryan is taking Gavin Bowman out of the ball game and putting in a relief pitcher, which is going to be number 5, Vinny DeBonis, who will be pitching for the Endicott Tigers here in the top of the 5th. We'll be back here in a bit to give you more coverage on UCTV. And we welcome you back here to Donovan Stadium for Game 1 of this 2021 Department of New York Junior American Legion Baseball Championship Tournament. As Anthony Marion is now up at the plate for Clinton County, as there was a pitching change for Endicott, as number 5, Vinny DeBonis, is now in for the Tigers. Runners on second and first. Here's the pitch. And that goes through the legs of Dylan Kelly, and that will move the runners along to third and second with no outs here in the top of the 5th inning. As that is not a good start for DeBonis. It's just now 1-0. Great RPI situation. And that's going to be a strike. It's now 1-1. Anthony Marion has a great RBI situation right here. And he's going to swing and miss for strike 2. So here's a 1-2 pitch now to Anthony Marion. And that's going to be a liner to left, and that's going to be a foul ball. Almost was fair, but the wind might have blew that one left of the foul line. It's now Anthony Marion with this 1-2 count with runners on second and third when no outs. Here's the pitch. DeBonis throws outside for ball 2. It's now a 2-2 count. DeBonis deals, he throws, and that's going to be a foul ball. Hits off the roof of the clubhouse here at Donovan Stadium, as is an occasion here at this ballpark. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be low for a full count. DeBonis is now put in a tight spot. The runner's on third and second. Here's a 3-2 pitch. That's going to be another foul ball. And again, hits the clubhouse. The Endicott Tigers have been in these tough spots all throughout the day with bases loaded situations, with runners on third and second or second or first. It's been pretty hard for the pitching for the Endicott Tigers. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be a grounder to center field as it brings home 2 runners for Clinton County, and now they lead 8-2 over the Endicott Tigers with that single by Anthony Marion.
Right fielder, number 7, Austin.
2 RBIs out of that one for the pitcher for the Clinton County Mariners. Comes out of Beckmantown Central School. We're talking about Marion. As now up at the plate is Austin Lambert, the right fielder. Same situation as last time, having Marion be on first base. And him up at the plate. Here's the pitch, and that one's going to be strike 1. There's still no outs here in the top of the 5th inning. That's going to be a foul ball for strike 2. It's now an 0-2 count to Austin Lambert. DeBonis definitely needs to get a strikeout here. Said he'll get a ground out, possibly a double play situation. Here's the throw, and there are 2 outs, double play. And that was grounded to Nicholas Lang as he threw it on over to Cameron Nunn. And then threw it over to number 20, Jacob Bender, for a Great double play opportunity to now make it 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. That one's going to be low for ball 1. Debonis definitely needed that double play scenario to work. Obviously now being down 6 runs. That's going to be low for ball 2. It's now 2-0. Sometimes in baseball, luck is the name of the game. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be low and off of Kelly right there, and it's going to be ball 3. It's now a 3-0 count for number 19, Parker Broughton, who statistically has been having a great day as well as many of his teammates. And that's going to be strike 1. It's now a 3-1 count to Broughton with no runners on due to the double play. And that's going to be strike 2. It's now a full count to Broughton with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. That's going to be another grounder to second base. And it just went past Nicholas Lang there, and it looks like that will be an error for Endicott, with Broughton now getting a single out of that one, and there's a runner on first base. Boston Duquette is now up at the plate. Last time up, he got hit with a pitch. There's a steal by Brown. He gets the throw, and that's way over the head of Cameron Nunn. And Parker Brown gets another steal, and he's placed at second base with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. That's going to be low for ball 2. As Vinny Debonis only needs 1 more out here in this situation. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And that's going to be a grounder. A great play by shortstop Cam Nunn, and he gets him out. So 2 runs were given up here in the top of the 5th inning as Clinton County leads 8-2 over the Endicott Tigers. We're going to go into the bottom of the 5th here for the American Legion tournament. And we are back here at Donovan Stadium here in the bottom of the 5th inning with Clinton County leading 8-2. I'm James and Blaker bringing you this broadcast as you see Endicott is now up with number 20 Jacob Bender getting a foul ball to make it 0-1. Anthony Marion is still in the ball game for Clinton County, only giving up 2 runs and 4 hits. That's going to be another foul for Bender. It's now going to lead him in an 0-2 hole. Endicott is down by 6 runs here. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a swing and a miss for strike 3. As Anthony Marion has been on a tear so far throughout this game. And it now leads up to Cameron Nunn, who had a web gem of a play in the last in the top of the 5th inning to get the Endicott Tigers out of that jam that they were in. That was a ball for now. It's now ball 1-0 for Cameron Nunn. That's going to be ball 2. Here's the 2-0 count. And that almost hit Cameron Nunn there, but it's not going to take his base, so it's now going to be a 3-0 count. And that's going to be ball 4 as Cameron Nunn is on base. Definitely something the Tigers would want in this scenario, is to have as many base runners as possible. Talon McVanden is now back up. Driven in the last Tiger run, but that was in the bottom of the 3rd inning. All on base. He didn't score an RBI, but he did score a run. Cameron Nunn takes a big lead. Marion sees that, throws to first base, but Nunn is safe regardless, with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Talon McVanden still has an 0-0 count. That's going to be a strike and a throw, and Cameron Nunn is safe. Yeah, Jake Calkins couldn't really get him in time there. So it's a little harder for Junior Legion players to throw at second base here at Donovan Stadium compared to the Senior Legion players. But they will improve over time in these scenarios, as Marion was attempting to throw at second base but realized no one in the infield was on second base. So Cameron Nunn is doing a great job at catching Marion off guard. McVanden swings right there and misses, but it leads to Cameron Nunn stealing for third base, and now the Tigers have a runner on third with 1 out here and an 0-2 count to Talon McVanden. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That's going to be a high pop-up in the infield. And that was caught there by second baseman Zach O'Connell for out number 2.
Center fielder, number 11, Michael Ferranti.
That leaves Cameron Nunn at third base, as the Tigers can't get another out here because they missed the opportunity on the tag scenario, as Nunn is still at third base. Here's the pitch. That's low for ball 1 for Michael Ferranti, the center fielder for Endicott. Tigers right now just want to try and get a run in. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low for ball 2. The Tigers are down by 6 here, 8-2 for Clinton County here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Ferranti is going to pop it up the center, and that is going to be out number 3. And we end the 5th with no runs for the Endicott Tigers, as the score going into the top of the 6th is 8-2 Clinton County. And we welcome you back here to Donovan Stadium for Game 1 of this American Legion Juniors Tournament for states. I'm James and Blaker. As we're here in the top of the 6th, the batter for Clinton County right now is number 5, Zach O'Connell, who's just been having a great performance so far in the infield. At second base. And that is going to be a high flyer to center field, as Ferranti was able to make that catch for Endicott for out number 1. As Vinny DeBonis, he's still in the ball game for the Endicott Tigers. So far has been put in a tough spot. But luckily enough is with this inning trying to get out of it with ease with 1 out. And there's a grounder for Kluge. There's the throw, and it's going to be off the mark as it was overthrown there by third baseman Cooper Hayes. The first baseman Jacob Bender couldn't get to it in time, and it's going to lead to a single for Kluge. And with that, base runner now has Quinn Brandel in the ball game, batting now. Runner on first base, top of the 6th inning. 1 out here for the Endicott Tigers. That's going to be a little blooper into left field, and it's going to be another base hit and a single for Quinn Brandel. Excellent hit right there for Clinton County, now having runners on second and first yet again. Base runners are the name of the game, and Clinton County has been having a lot of base runners throughout Game 1 of this tournament. So you see that the Mariners are off to a really good start. And that's a swing and a miss for strike 1 for Jack Calkins. He's the catcher for the Mariners. He has runners on second and first. That's going to be a high pop-up in foul territory, and it is caught by Dylan Kelly for out number 2. Excellent diving catch by number 14 of Endicott. And now you see so far Endicott might have a possibility where they don't give up a run here. The last time they haven't given up a run was the top of the 3rd inning. Trying to recreate that here in the top of the 6th. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a foul ball for strike 1. Vinny DeBonis, although giving up, I think, about 2 runs in the top of the 5th inning, showing great work so far here. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And that's going to be a grounder as Cameron Nunn is going to throw it to second, and he gets out number 3. So no runs were scored here for Clinton County, as your score is still 8-2. Clinton County over Endicott. And we welcome you back here for Game 1 of the 2021 American Legion Juniors Tournament, state tournament that is. As right now the score is 8-2, Clinton County over the Endicott Post. Now the winner of this game will go on to play Game 3, and the loser of this game will go on to play Game 4 tonight. That will be the last game for today here at Donovan Stadium. And now we see that number 4, Nicholas Lang, is up for Endicott. And that's going to be a strike. It's now 1-1. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a grounder as O'Connell's going to throw to first. Gets out number 1. Excellent fielding throughout the day by number 5, Zach O'Connell. And excellent pitching by Anthony Marion. And he's just like I said before, just doing a remarkable job at holding down this Endicott Tigers team. Now Cooper Hughes is up. Here's the pitch. That's going to be strike 1. Another strike for Anthony Marion. Just showing a lot of heat today. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And that's going to be a grounder for ball 1. Endicott definitely just wants to try and get runners on base here. Let's see what Hughes could do. He grounds it up the middle, but a great stop by Marion. Throws the first, and that's out number 2. Excellent stop there by Anthony Marion. And now there are 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning, as Marion is pitching complete game numbers so far. Dylan Kelly gets a grounder foul. It's now going to be 0-1. Dylan Kelly now with an 0-1 situation. Marion deals, and that's going to be a grounder for ball 1. Now Kelly has to deal with a 1-1 count. Marion deals, and that's going to be outside for ball 2. Two outs here in the bottom of the 6th. And there's a grounder. Duquette throws, and that's going to be out number 3. And that is the end of the 6th inning. We got one more inning to go here in Game 1 of the 2021 Junior Legion State Tournament. And we'll be back to bring it to you here on UCTV. And welcome back here to Donovan Stadium for the 2021 Department of New York Junior American Legion Baseball Championship Tournament. I'm James and Blaker here to bring you this coverage. So far, we're in the top of the 7th inning, and we got a new pitcher in for Endicott. It's number 1, Ty LeBaron. He's going to be in here to try and wrap things up for the Tigers, try and make sure that no more runs are scored, as the pitcher for Clinton County, number 25, Anthony Marion, is up first for the Mariners. He's having an excellent day on the mound, and he's been doing a lot to contribute offensively as well for Clinton County. That ball is low for a 1-0 count, as LeBaron wants to try and make this a 1-2-3 inning. Let's see what he does here. That's going to be outside for ball 2. A lot of the pitches throughout the day, whether it's Clinton County or Endicott, have been close to hitting the players a lot throughout the day. LeBaron throws, and that one is outside for ball 3. Marion has been walked before in this game. Here's a 3-0 count. And that's going to be ball number 4. As Marion now gets this first base,
Your attention, please.
we now have a pinch hitting.
Is number 23, Joshua.
We have a pitch hitter, number 23, Joshua Sand, up for Clinton County. See how he does here, as that one's going to be strike 1. Tyler Barron now throws it down the middle for strike 1. There's a runner on first with no outs. Let's see what he does here against Sand. And that one's going to be past the catcher, and it's going to be an easy steal for Anthony Marion right there. And now leads Clinton County in a great situation where they could possibly add more insurance to their 6-run lead. And that's a swing for a miss. That is strike 2. Now here is the 1-2 count for Joshua Sands, as LeBaron's trying to get a strikeout here. Let's see what he does. And that's going to be low for ball 2. It's now 2-2. Runner on second. Joshua Sands now has a 2-2 count. LeBaron pitches. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And that's one out here in the top of the 7th inning, as Parker Broughton, top of the lineup, is back up at the plate. Here's the pitch. That's going to be high and outside for ball 1. Anthony Marion is on second base. Been taking a big lead. The infielder has been not doing much to stop it. That ball is outside for ball 2. The catcher, Cameron Nunn, is kind of distracting Marion a little bit while being behind him, but not necessarily beating him at second base. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a high pop up in the center field, as Michael Fernani gets out number 2 for Endicott. As Ferranti gets that out, it leaves Marion at second base. And number 8, Boston Duquette, is now up at the plate. 2 outs here for Endicott. LeBaron deals, as that one is outside for ball 1. Here's a 1-0 count. LeBaron deals, and that's going to be a strike. It's now 1-1. Boston Duquette has also been phenomenal in the infield today. I have to give them all a medal for today's Game 1 performance. Unless if the Tigers are able to pull it out in the bottom of the 7th. Cameron Nunn throws the first, and that is out number 3. And we're going to go into the bottom of the 7th inning, where the score now is 8-2. Clinton County over Endicott Post. We'll see how this one ends here for Game 1 of the Junior American Legion Tournament. And we welcome you back here for Game 1 of the 2021 Department of New York Junior American Legion Baseball Tournament. James and Blake are here bringing you the bottom of the 7th inning, the possible last inning for Clinton County, as they have a chance with 3 more outs to win Game 1 of this tournament. And it's low for ball 1 as Anthony Marion so far has pitched 7 great innings of work, only giving up 2 runs, as that's a strike. Only giving up 4 hits in the process of 2 runs. And he gives up another hit there, a base hit for number 7, Jonah Conklin, as he gets a single out of that. And now it gives the Tigers a base runner here. They still have the Tigers. They're still down 6 runs in this game. They're down 8-2. They still have a chance to try and pull it out here. That one's going to be inside for strike 1, as number 1, the pitcher, Ty LeBaron, is now in the ball game for the Tigers. Marion throws it back the first to try and catch Conklin off guard. Didn't really work so well. No outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning, as we now have an 0-1 count on LeBaron. And that one's going to be outside for ball 1. It's now a 1-1 count to LeBaron. Marion's trying to finish this inning out strong in this game. It's going to be a grounder and a base hit to right field. McConnell was running over to second base and didn't notice the baseball was going past him right there, and it's a single by Ty LeBaron, with now the Tigers having runners on third and first base. Not only that, they also have no outs as well. So this is a great opportunity for Endicott to try and rally back here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Tigers have a pinch hitter, and Aiden Houghton is now up at the plate. There's a steal, and it looks like Tyler Barron will be safe, as now there's runners on third and second base for the Endicott Tigers. And by the looks of it right there, with no outs, a 1-0 count on Aiden Houghton. Endicott has all the opportunities in the world to try and get runners in, being down by 6 runs. There's a pitch by Marion, and that one is outside for a ball. Saying it's a 1-1 count on the scoreboard, so I guess we'll go with that. As Houghton at the plate right now with a 1-1 count. Runners on third and second base. And Houghton gets a line drive to right center field for a base hit. 2 runners will come in to score as Houghton is going to run for third. Let's see, it's going to be a bang play. And that's going to be out number 1 for Clinton County. As Houghton was trying to get a triple out of that one, but couldn't get it. But nonetheless got an RBI, 2 RBIs out of that. And it's now 8-4. Endicott is down by 4 runs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And by the looks of it right now, the Mariners coaching staff, it looks like Andrew Kramer will be going up to the pitcher's mound to try and check up on Anthony Marion. Not entirely sure if he's going to be pulled from the pitching mound just yet. But nonetheless, they've been having a magnificent performance, and they're going to keep Anthony Marion out on the mound for game 1. They want him to finish it despite now giving up 7 hits. Clinton County is still up 4 runs here in the bottom of the 7th inning, 8-4. Cameron Nunn is now up at the plate. And that's going to be outside for ball 1. You could tell that Endicott is trying to rally back here. And so far, it has been working with base runners scoring 2 runs in this inning. As Cameron Nunn gets a base hit to left field. He's going to get a single out of that. And now there's a runner on first base as the rally continues for Endicott. Now that leads to Talon McVan, who's been remarkable throughout the day for Endicott. He's been a base runner extraordinaire. But now with a runner on first, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning, Endicott's down by 4, and they're trying to rally back. And that's going to be strike 1 for McVannon. Cameron Nunn is trying to steal. You can see the lead, and he does. He's going to run. Here's the throw, and that's way overthrown, and that's going to be another steal for Cameron Nunn. As number 12, Joe Calkins, couldn't really get a good throw on it. It almost was a good tag, but nonetheless, Cameron Nunn is safe at second. Here's a pitch for Marion, and that's going to be high for ball 2. It's now 2-1 for Talon McVannon. He's trying to continue the rally here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a high pop up the second base as Zach O'Connell gets out number 2. And with 1 more out here, Anthony Marion, despite giving up 2 runs here in the bottom of the 7th, could have a complete game under his belt with 1 more out to go here, as Michael Ferranti is now back up at the plate with a runner on second base. Here's the pitch. That's going to be high for ball one. Jake Calkins is now going up to the pitcher's mound to check up on Anthony Marion. Probably telling him to try and straighten out his pitches a little bit. He has one more out to go. Clinton County wants to win this game. Let's see what they do. Marion deals. And that's going to be outside, and that's going to be a ball two. And now Ferranti is in a 2-0 count. Nunn steals. He's going to steal for third, and it's overthrown as Nunn is going to try and go home. And he's going to get a run in for Endicott. And it now makes it 8-5. Clinton County is still up by 3 runs, but excellent base running there for Cameron Nunn. And that's terrible by the catcher right there. Jake Calkins overthrowing the third baseman, Braden Calkins, and that's going to be a walk for Michael Ferranti. And now another base runner for Endicott here with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And you can tell that the Tigers are still trying to rally back here. Nicholas Lang is now up at the plate. Marion just trying to complete this game as Ferranti steals for second. And now the Tigers have a base runner on second base with 2 outs here and being down by 3 runs. Marion deals. That's going to be a ball and another steal, and it's another steal home. Here's a bang play, and Ferranti gets home, and it's now an 8-6 lead for Clinton County. As Endicott only needs 2 more runs to try and tie this game back up, but that's just a deja vu play for Ferranti, stealing third and stealing home. The same thing that Cameron Nunn did before him in this inning. And that ball is outside behind Nicholas Lang, and now we have a 3-0 count to work with. So far, a remarkable rally put on by the Tigers. It just all matters whether they want to finish it or not. And Nicholas Lang walks in the process, and now the tying run is at home plate. And by the looks of it right now, Anthony Marion might be pulled out of the game. He had a remarkable performance all throughout. It's just this 7th inning has been rough on him, giving up 4 runs. Whoever wins this game will be playing in Game 3 of this state tournament for the American Legion. And Anthony Marion is now out as the pitcher. And there will be a replacement. We're going to try and figure out who it is. It is Boston Duquette, as Boston Duquette will now be pitching for the Clinton County Mariners, trying to get this 1 out. And definitely if Clinton County wins this game here and pulls this one out, they could try and go for the 3rd game, which will be happening at 4 o'clock here on UCTV. I'm going to also mention here as well, the loser of this game will be playing in the Game 4 matchup, and that will be happening tonight at 7 o'clock. This tournament's been lasted from yesterday, Thursday the 29th, and it will possibly go through the 31st depending on how things go. As we are waiting to see the next batter for Endicott, Cooper Hughes is now up for the Endicott Tigers with a runner on first base. It's 8-6. Tigers down by 2 runs. That's going to be a ball as Lang steals it, and he is safe. Another base runner, another steal as Nicholas Lang gets to second base. It definitely gives Cooper Hughes a great RBI opportunity. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Clinton County only needs 1 more out to win game 1. As Hughes gets a foul right there to make it 1-1. On deck for Endicott is number 14, Dylan Kelly. He's definitely trying to get up here in this situation. That's going to be outside for ball 2 as Lang goes back to second. He was caught up in the middle, but surprisingly, the catcher, number 12, Jake Calkins, did not throw it in that situation. Did not want to risk it. So Nicholas Lang still at second base. Here's the 2-1 count, Cooper Hughes. And that's going to hit Cooper Hughes, and he's going to take his base. As Boston Duquette hit the pitcher in that situation. And now the tying runners are on second and first base with number 14, Dylan Kelly, now up at the plate. What a rally here for Endicott. Despite only being down 2 runs as of now, they've been putting on a heck of a performance here in the bottom of the 7th, and they're going to get back-to-back steals in the process. Lang and Hughes steal for third and second base, and now there are runners on third and second. Boston Duquette, as we see that Dylan Kelly takes time, now goes back up at the plate. Runners on third and second. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low for ball 2. It's actually going to be ball 1. It's now 1-1. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. It's now 1-2. One more strike, and Clinton County could win game 1 of this American Legion State Tournament for the juniors. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And that is strike 3, and Clinton County survives game 1 of the Legion Tournament for the juniors here in New York State. So Clinton County will be going on to play game 3 of this 2021 state tournament for the American Legion, and Endicott will be going on to play game 4 of tonight's tournament, which will be played at 7 o'clock, and Clinton County's will be played at 4. So we're going to be getting ready for game 2 of this Legion State Tournament for the juniors, as Rockland County will be taking on Utica Post here at 1:30. So the final score is 8-6, Clinton County over Endicott, and we'll be bringing you more action to come at 1:30 here on UCTV.